Hi guys, good morning or afternoon, I don't know. I hope you are doing well. Welcome to this second last week of classes. Today we're going to be talking about a topic that is, very big, very wide, but we are just going to focus on a little part of it. And that topic is word formation. That is, how can we make a new word? Where do words come from? How do I know what kind of word I am dealing with? Why are there so many words that look similar to each other? So today we're going to tackle just a little bit of this word formation thing, okay? So, well, what is word formation? It's basically the action to put a word together using different elements. The words that you can see there in that mix of words, you can see, for example, some of their components. For example, the main one that says maintenance, you know that there is a verb that it's called maintain, but then if we add like a little ending, then we get the word maintenance, right? So for example, we have the word business that you can see on your left. You know that there exists a word that is busy, right? So if we add a little thing, we get business, for example. The word construction that is vertical right in the middle, you know that there is the verb construct, and then we can add a little thing at the end and we get construction, but then we can also get things like constructive, constructing, etc. So those are all those words are very different, but they have like a same base. So that is what word formation is basically about. So today we're going to check first of all how are words formed, okay? How are words made? And basically, in order to have a word, we need to have two things. We need to have a base word and we need to have an affix. So what's an affix? An affix is the key to make a new word. And there are two kind of affixes in general. Some of them are called prefixes. What are the prefixes? Those are like a little part. It could be a letter, two, three, depending. That is added to the beginning of the word to make a new word. So this is what you did on the activity on page 104. For example, you say that the phoenix was reborn. So you get the basic word born, that you know what it is, right? And then you add the prefix re. So you get a new word that is reborn. And re, as you can see in the picture, it gives the idea of like to do something again. So the phoenix was born once, but then it was reborn. So the word reborn means that the phoenix was born again, right? So for example, we have the prefix dis. For example, the verb disappear, and this means the opposite of something. So we have, for example, the verb appear, and then the opposite, disappear. So we have the word agree, for example, and then we have disagree. So basically, what I'm trying to say is that if you know the meaning of the prefix, you more or less can get the idea of what the word refers to, even if you don't know it. So, for example, we have the word and then for example, the word censored, uncensored. So you know that is something that is not censored. Okay? So those are prefixes. However, what we are going to focus on this class, on this unit, they are the suffixes, the ones that you can see next to it. What's a suffix? Well, the suffix is the same, some letters, but that they are added at the end of a word to make new word. So, for example, we have the word full, well, the suffix full, and a very obvious adjective is beautiful. So what does it mean? Well, the base is beauty, and then if you say that something is beautiful, that means that it's full of beauty, right? Or pretty. Also, we have the opposite, the suffix less, that means without, right? So, for example, if you say that someone is careless, you mean that without, so they don't care. Someone is careless, right? So, we are going to focus on suffixes now. Word formation, as I told you, is a very big topic. There are many prefixes, many suffixes in the world to make different kinds of words. But for starters, today we're going to focus on the suffixes. And once you get this, and in the future, when you see a word with a new prefix, with a new suffix, well, maybe you can start learning new ways of forming words, okay? So what I'm trying to do with this example that we're going to do today is to, well, that give you an example so you can do it by yourself in the future and you can start noticing these little parts of the word, okay? So let's focus on the suffixes that we had in the exercise from our book on when we were talking about the buildings on page 102, okay? So the suffixes that you have, they are the ones that you can see in the black column, it, ik, al, etc. And then in the middle column, I have some base words, okay? And then in the last column, in the one that we have right here, we have some words that come from the base word and the suffix. For example, one base word is the word decision. You know the word decision, that's a noun, right? If I want to transform that noun into an adjective, I am going to add the ending, the suffix it. So what I'm going to say is I'm going to form the new word decided. So we can say that something is decided. That is an adjective now. But now take a look at the next example, the word artist. That's a noun, right? When we are talking about an artist, we're talking about a person that makes art, right? But if I add the ending IC, I get artistic, and then we got an adjective. So what I want you to notice is that in some occasions, some words, they go directly from the base word artist, and then we add the suffix ik, and then we get just like that artistic. But in some cases, like in decision and decided, you need to make a change, a morphological change in the word. For example, in decision, we eliminated a previous suffix that is ion, and then we add el ed with another d, decided. There is actually a rule, there is actually a reason, but I think that's just a lot to get into your mind right now. But the good thing is that those are really easy words that you probably know, you just didn't know that they contain a suffix. There are many adjectives with ed, there are many adjectives with ik, with all, with os, with ing, with full, and, available if, etc. So for example, from magic, we can change to magical. From disaster, we need to make a little change and we get disastrous. From amusement, we do a little change and we get amusing. Beauty, little change, beautiful. Fluency, kind of big change, fluent. Capacity, change, capable. Action, change, active. Slime, little change, slimy. So that basically what I want to say is when you find a word that has these endings, it's definitely an adjective, okay? So now I want you to try to work on the activity in your PDF file and let's see if you can make some nouns from adjectives, okay? If you have any question, if you have any doubt, let me know. See you in the next video.